Thanks for making it to Veterans Info Tap. I'm glad you made it. VA Fisher House. Do you know what that is? Have you ever been to a VA medical center? Typically, they're near those. And you see like this grand looking house looking thing. Usually they're kind of colonial style looking things. Let's talk about it because there is some legislation in there or out there regarding the VA Fisher House, and they're strewn throughout the nation. I'm not sure exactly how many. I'll try to pull that up too. In fact, I'll try to pull that up now. All right, so there are 86 VA Fisher houses located across the U.S. So with that, I want to throw out a very special thank you before we get rolling here, and that goes out to Ray Sandinato 2462. Ray, thank you. I appreciate your super comment, super chat thing. I appreciate you very much, Ray. Ray Sandinato 2462. I appreciate you. Thank you. All right, so the VA Fisher House. So VA Fisher House, there's 86 of them, and essentially what they are is they're free temporary lodging facilities for families and caregivers of veterans and service members that are receiving medical treatment at VA medical centers. So sometimes what happens is a veteran might need to go to a medical facility. It might not even be the closest medical facility. It might be a specialized medical facility that can better treat them, and so they go to that one, which is wherever it is, and it's a far drive or even a flight in some cases, and you need lodging. So this is the lodging aspect. Now, like a lot of things, look, you might not need this today. You might not. But guess what? There might be a day you do. And one, it's good to know about it. And two, it's important to understand what's happening with legislative changes coming up here. So let's go ahead and jump into it. It says these comfort homes are located on the grounds of major VA medical facilities, and the VA operates and maintains these houses. So I'm going to give you a few bullet points here about the VA Fisher houses, and I feel like I should say homes, Fisher Homes, but it's Fisher House, so whatever. There's 4 bullet points here. We'll go through that. Then I'm going to jump into the legislation, the proposed legislation regarding these. So how Fisher House works. 1 bullet point here. It's a home away from home. Okay, so put yourself in a very not great position, right? So now you're in that not great position, and now you got to make it even more difficult and go to a VA medical facility that is not down the street from your house. And you have caregivers or family members and that type of stuff, support system that's helping you, and you all have to go. So having a home away from home is a great way to kind of help lower the shoulders a little bit, right? So the house or houses provide a comfortable, supportive, and home-like environment for families during a medical crisis. No cost. There is never a charge to stay at a Fisher House. The Fisher House Foundation builds and furnishes the houses, then gifts them to U.S. government for operation. Outstanding. Shared common areas. Guests have private suites with a bathroom, but share common areas such as a kitchen, dining room, living room, and laundry facilities. Community support. Because the houses rely on donations and volunteers to stock and maintain the facility, they serve as a way for local community to support military and veteran families. If you're interested, right, go on and search Fisher House donations, and I'm sure you will land on some more. Eligibility for stay. Criteria for staying vary by location, but general requirements include, and there's 4 bullet points. Guests must be a family member or caregiver of a patient being treated at the associated medical center. The guest's home must be a certain distance away from the hospital, often 50 miles or more. Guests must be medically stable and able to care for themselves or be accompanied by a caregiver. All potential guests are placed on a waiting list via referral from a member of the patient's treatment team, such as a social worker. Additional Fisher House programs, just to throw in a couple things. The Fisher House Foundation also supports military families through other programs. Hero Miles program uses donated frequent flyer miles to provide free round-trip airfare for eligible service members and their families for medical treatment. Hotels for Heroes offers free hotel stay for families when a Fisher House is at capacity. Scholarship programs manages scholarships for military children, spouses, and children of fallen and disabled veterans. So a lot of things the Fisher House does, and let's jump into the legislation here, if I can find it. This is coming from the Senate Committee on Veterans Affairs, and it says here, Senator Moran Blumenthal introduce legislation to make Fisher houses available for active duty service members and their families. So everything we just read was really geared toward veteran. So let's see. U.S. Senators Jerry Moran and Richard Blumenthal, chairman and ranking member of the Senate Committee on Veterans Affairs, introduced legislation to make temporary lodging facilities, VA Fisher houses, accessible to active duty, reserve, and other members of the armed forces and their families when space is available. Now, let's remember they're talking about when a person is in crisis, right? So you're going through a crisis situation. This is not just I'm going in for a quick in and out appointment. Okay, so the same would hold true for military members. It's the more stressful of the situations is what is going to drive someone to be able to be in the Fisher House to begin with. The Fisher House Availability Act, which is the name of the act, and if you support it, you should reach out to your congressional member and let them know that you support it. A phone call, an email, stopping by their office is all it takes. So the Fisher House Availability Act would expand eligibility for temporary lodging at VA facilities to include active duty service members and members of the reserve forces, allowing them and their family members to stay at no cost in Fisher houses constructed and donated to VA by Fisher House Foundation when traveling significant distances to receive care. A couple quotations here, and then and one last little final part. So quotation here, we have a commitment to support and care for our veterans service members and their families, especially when they are in the time of need, said Senator Moran. Military service is a family service, and this expansion makes certain military and veteran families makes certain military and veteran families can stay close to their loved ones while they're receiving medical care. I am grateful to the Fisher House Foundation and their commitment to provide comfort and lodging to those who have served and sacrificed for our nation, and I look forward to this legislation's passage. Next quotation, I'm proud to partner with Chairman Moran to introduce this common sense legislation that will ensure service members and their families can utilize and stay at VA Fisher houses, especially when traveling long distances to receive care, said Senator Blumenthal. The Fisher House Foundation does great work serving veterans and their loved ones, and their commitment to helping our nation's past and present service members is truly commendable. The Fisher House Foundation recently dedicated its 100th home, and has provided more than $12.5 million nights. Has provided more than 12.5 million nights of lodging for veterans, service members, and their families who are traveling significant distances to receive health care. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you very much. Have a great one. And remember, if we don't take care of each other, something went wrong.